Lenora DApice, did I get that correct?
Yeah.
And Chris Durr, how are you guys?
Great, how are you guys?
Morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show from the Presbyterian, and with a special deal about this rock-steady boxing. We were just talking about this a moment ago because we almost came to fisticuffs here in the studio over a topic a moment ago. But this is the beauty of this sport. Gives you a great workout, and it's non-contact.
That's correct.
And a big benefit for Parkinson's sufferers, too.
It is,
yeah.
it is. So we had our Central New York Parkinson's support group approached us about this. They had seen it. It's been featured on NBC, CBS, and so forth.
Yeah, Jay's seen it. You were saying you've seen it all over New York City.
Yeah.
It's starting to gain a lot of ground. I know
it really is.
It's big in New York, and
Yeah.
I was mentioning to Dave, a lot of folks from different realms kind of jumping on from the boxing world to more of the dance world and things like that. So I thought it was pretty interesting of, the attention that it's getting.
Yeah, and the co-founders of the New York franchise, and also they own the LA one as well, are the ones that are actually coming here to speak about it. So we've got people that were right from the nitty-gritty, right in the very beginning coming up.
What was the beginning, by the way?
Indianapolis is who started it. It was a gentleman who had Parkinson's disease, and I think he was, suffering both mentally and physically from the disease. And he had a friend who came to him and said, listen, let's try this out. Let's see if it works. And he was a boxer. And so they started going at it. And it blossomed from there into this Rock City Boxing out in Indianapolis. And from there, people are kind of going out there and seeing the positive effects that it's having, taking it back to their locations and running with it. And
So,
I know New York has exploded. They opened one up on the West Coast in LA. And so that couple is the ones who are coming to us. They're going to do a Parkinson's presentation first, and then the second half is actually going to be demonstration where they're going to get participants who are in the crowd to come up and actually participate.
Cool.
In the event.
That's this Saturday, right?
It's this Saturday on our campus, Presbyterian Homes and Services.
So Lenora or Chris, whoever wants to answer, what is the correlation? What did they find between boxing and Parkinson's, and how does it help, and what are the effects?
Parkinson's, first of all, is a neurodegenerative disease. It's non-reversible. There is no cure at this point. And people are pretty identifiable with the shaking of the hands, sometimes legs, their posture is slumped over, those kind of things. It is essentially just a chemical imbalance that the brain is not supporting the muscles the way they should be. So the correlation essentially is rigorous exercise. Is now shown, like Lenora said, that it can not only slow down the symptoms of Parkinson's, but it can actually reverse the symptoms as well. So now you're looking at folks that are starting to become dependent on others to get things done, get involved in this rigorous exercise, and are finding that they can do these things again. Hold a coffee cup.
Great.
Walk the dog, those kind of just regular things that we take for granted every day.
Almost retraining, maybe, in a way, your muscles and your body?
Yeah, it really is. There's a chemical called dopamine that's in your nervous system, and it kind of regenerates that, if you will. There's medications that help with that, but certainly to keep your muscles as strong as possible for as long as possible is the idea around this.
Yeah, maybe getting a celebrity boxing match with Michael J. Fox doing this as well. I know he's been, a big fighter against the effects of Parkinson's disease. And where does the name Rock Steady Boxing come from in this regard?
That's a great question. That's the folks that made that up out in Indianapolis, and I think the idea is just to keep the body steady instead of all those tremors, which is a normal symptom of Parkinson's. You have to remember it's all non-contact, so nobody's hitting each other. A lot of people sometimes associate it with Muhammad Ali, and he's got Parkinson's because of boxing. This is all non-contact. This is the exercises that professional boxers actually use.
So it would be as if you saw somebody boxing, the same movements, the punches and everything, but just no connections between fist and body of the other person.
The mitts that you see they work out with, jumping rope, hitting the heavy bag, doing the speed bag. Another benefit is a lot of yelling. They want you, when you see boxers, they kind of, send out a big grunt when they hit somebody. That is actually very good for Parkinson's people as well, because the muscle degeneration happens in their vocal cords and so forth. So to get their voices back up again, that is one of the things that they use as a technique as well.
It's fascinating. I've been a boxer for quite some time. I know what the rigorous routine can be like, and there's nothing better. Played many different sports, rode motorcycles, dirt bikes, snowboarding. There's nothing like the workout of going to a boxing ring.
Yeah, you did that for a few years, right, Jay? Didn't you?
Yeah. With some semi-pro guys, and it is. I mean, it really hits every part of your body, and with the training part of it and the non-contact part of it, it really is. It's fascinating, the transformation that your body and the response that your body will give you in a workout such as that, because you're moving everything. This isn't going to the gym and concentrating on one thing. Everything is moving. So it's fascinating, the correlation between the two. I really find it neat.
And I think one of the important things to recognize, too, because we've gotten calls on this from family members, is we can tailor, our hope is to bring this to the area. I mean, that's ultimately what our goal is. We've identified some spaces on our campus where we think we can make this happen. But I think it's important for us to put out there as well that this is going to be, we're going to be able to do this for every spectrum of Parkinson's disease. So whether it's a 45-year-old who's just recently been diagnosed or somebody who's 90 years old and they're in a wheelchair, we can accommodate this program to meet the needs of all the patients that we serve with Parkinson's disease. And we're excited about that component of the program as well.
Yeah, that was the question I was going to have for you, how to implement it with the Presbyterian home and some of the folks. Maybe hopefully they won't go too far, right?
Yeah.
Some quarrels there, huh? Some roommates? No, I'm kidding.
In case folks don't know where it is, Middle Settlement Road, correct? And this Saturday, give the details once again.
It's 4290 Middle Settlement Road, and it's going to be located at the building. We have an extremely large campus, but it's going to be held at the Presbyterian home, which can be found right off of Middle Settlement Road. If people are interested, feel free to give us a call at 624-9972.
All right. Laura, Chris, thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Good luck with the program.